Alright, what is going on YouTube? It's another morning, which means it's another mud day. And today, we have some more sourdough chats. How exciting. I'll show you the bread in a second. The pot's just preheated, so we need to move a little bit quicker today. But it's alright. You guys saw my last one, you know roughly the same principles. So I don't need to go into it too in depth. It's just me and you. And we're just chatting about, I don't know, whatever. Anything apart from politics. Maybe more bread talk. This is the bread we're going to be working with today. It's in olive and rosemary with a little bit of sea salt. So there's so many different ways you can add in your mix-ins. You can laminate it in, you can coil fold it in. I like to do it when everything's just in the bowl before it's going to get mixed. I just chuck it in with the flour, water, starter, salt, and it just mixes it in just like that. One thing though is it does need a couple more coil folds to build that strength, and that's just what I've noticed. So we're gonna get into our nice savory delicious bread. You already know I have the kit, the glove, the tea towel. Chuck the link in the description again. These are valid, bro. These are so nice. And the alarm. I don't have the link for this one, but you can find one online. I like to set up everything first before the bread comes out of the Bannerton, because once the bread comes out of the Bannerton, it's just gonna, you know, like lose its strength and sink. So I might as well just keep it in here, and then once everything's ready, then we'll set. We go pop, 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 pop. Gently get that on, brush off any excess. I'm not entirely sure what hydration this bread is at, because I duplicated my starter. Look, I doubled them. Guessing the measurements or something like that. I don't even remember. I was focused on duplicating him because I'm gonna give him to a friend. I definitely was not paying attention to feeding it a 1-to-1 ratio, but it's okay. The apex is just different, but same thing. A nice clean score and you'll be away, regardless of if it's nice and high or flat. Alright, don't be sleeping. We need to do that score again. If you don't score again, it will stick. Cornmeal on the bottom. Okay, 30 minutes up. This one looked a little bit flat, but you never know until you open the lid, so. Ooh. I know it's a bit flat. The pattern fucking disappeared. And the air is shit. Oh well. I mean, to the untrained eye it looks okay. I say the untrained eye. Anyone will be like real happy to receive this as a gift bread. Para mí no está bien. Back in the oven to grill. Alright. Nice savory bread. The air, it's a bit weak. I'm not gonna lie, it's a bit weak. Pattern, yeah, flopped. But that's what I said last time, guys. Sometimes you win, sometimes you don't. But this bread will still be delicious. This one wasn't shaped tight like how we usually shape it. So it's a bit flatter than usual, but still gonna taste delicious. I'm showing you this bread because I want this to be transparent. I don't want it to be like curated or to put the perception out there that I'm like this perfect sourdough home baker, when in reality not. Every single person out there will experience, you know, the different spectrum of bread. It'll be terrible, it'll be okay, you know, below average, it'll be average, it'll be just above average, it'll be great, and it'll be excellent, which is like perfect. This one smells incredible. You can really smell that olive, that rosemary. Oh, addicting and savory, very earthy too. If you watched my last video and I'm talking about perfect breads, I would definitely consider this one more on the average spectrum. This is a very average bread. And you know, I'm not comparing with anyone else, I'm comparing with myself, and that's like the whole key about it. It should be like your own individual journey. And you know, if you want to look at my bread and say, oh, that's so shit, then I don't know, feel free. If you want to make sourdough yourself, I would heavily recommend to just keep going, keep consistent with it. You'll get your reps in, it'll pay off, it'll be addicting, and then sooner or later, you'll have some real mean bread, you know, like perfect loaves, and it's perfect to you or whatever your standard will be, right? We got all these vertical lines. I'll say the natural curve is like here. I like going one line in and in one smooth motion. Cut their ear, tidy up the edges, and this one I'll say is a little bit more horizontal, and that's just to ensure that the ear doesn't stick, it separates nicely. We're going to go hard on the side that's scored, and then a little bit more conservative on the top. We're going to brush, and that's going to turn into a paste for our stencil. One of my favorite parts is picking the stencil, so I'm going to close my eyes and draw out 2 random ones. So that's number 1, and we'll flip it around again. Just make sure everything stays consistent. And that's number 2. This one feels a little bit weird. I'm pretty sure this was pattern 1. Pattern 1, I don't even know, quite intricate. We got some nice circle designs, a target, half circles, and then the shape changes, and we have like these little extra details on the side. That would be pretty dope. And this one, circle flower with excess flowers on the side. Like this one I'll probably never look at picking. So doing random just ensures that I'll just learn other patterns and how they will interact with the bread. But I can tell you right now, I'll never be picking this pattern. It's a little bit too basic for me. But that's why randomness helps. The bottom kind of gets thinner, and then we'll want this one to stand out, be our main pattern. I'm just kind of like giving a little helping hand on the side, and we're going a little bit high and conservative dusting. Now with the flower, and the stencil will tell us when it wants to let go. The flower one, it's okay. It's okay. It's kind of like disappearing at the end, but it is what it is, bro. It's exactly what I said last week. You can't get hung up on the patterns, because it'll work and then it won't work, and then you know you're still gonna have delicious bread. It's a constant learning experience. And gently drop it in. You can see these are looking to come in. Spray the other side and stick them on. Spray the sides, stick them on. Covered bake 30 minutes. Okay. A moment of truth. How are we looking? How are we done? There's a beautiful little bread, my friend. Nothing crazy. Chuck that back in. Alright, our serious part. Don't touch it, it's hot. Take this guy out. See how we're looking? Patterns, they came out pretty nice. They look pretty cool. The ear, nice and high. This bread's slightly smaller than I would normally make, and that's because after it's done its bulk fermentation, I split it. So we get one massive bread and then one slightly smaller, but this looks beautiful. I think the basic one looks quite good next to this one, just for some differences. That one's massive and that one's slightly smaller. You know, they both have that nice balloon shape, both brown nicely, delicious. Pattern looking good. Some blistering too, translates to crunch. That's it, we'll come to the end of the video. If you like this content, make sure you like, comment, share, subscribe. If you're looking to start your own sourdough journey, feel free to hit me up on Instagram. And that's it. I'll see all of you guys on the next one.